Grey Wolf here, and thank you again. Nice to see you. I had mentioned, just in passing, a few things about hunting in one of the past little videos that we did, and had several people come in the store and couldn't believe I, a Native American, am against hunting. Oh my God, how can that be possible? Yada, yada, yada. Well, I am against hunting, unnecessarily, and I am against fishing too. Here in the San Fernando Valley, the Daily News sponsored what they called a fishing derby, and a beautiful little park we have here called Lake Balboa. And they stocked the fishing lake with a bunch of all-fish catfish. And what happened was they gave the children a little fishing rod and bait and everything, and they went out and they took every fish that they had stocked in this lake out and caught them. Now, I happen to know that catfish is a very, very hard fish to skin, very hard fish to eat, and I watched the children as they were fishing for these fish, and I noticed every single one of them took the fish and they simply threw it in the trash. And later I read in the Daily News where it said this was something very, very good for the children because it was teaching them how to hunt. Well, my comment was, and I did write a letter to them, I don't know if it got published or not, I didn't follow it up that much, but my comment was, this didn't teach them how to hunt, this taught them how to kill catfish, and how to take them and to throw them into a trash can. And to me, that was not hunting. I used to go to this gym where there were some gargantua guys, and this one fellow, I guess he was about 6', big guy, lifting weights forever, 280, 290, something like that, very muscular. And he was bragging about how he had gone to Alaska to hunt polar bears. And he was telling a group of us that were sitting around, and I'm not that big, but my mouth is. He was telling about how he had hunted this polar bear from a helicopter. And they had shot this polar bear from the helicopter, and what happened was they had winged this polar bear from the helicopter, and then he got down, they landed the helicopter, he got down, and he put the final bullet into this polar bear. 50 caliber bullet. This is shooting an elephant type of bullet. And then he proudly showed pictures of himself with this polar bear. And I listened to this for a while, and I told him, I said, you know, you really are a puss. I said, you are bragging about going in a helicopter and shooting a polar bear, and then getting out and shooting it again and having your picture taken. What did you do with all that meat? What did you do with the polar bear? And you know, I mean, did you bring it back and eat it, or what? I says, you know what? And so he says, well, you know, he says, you're just jealous because you weren't capable of doing it. And I says, I'm not only not capable of doing it, I wouldn't want to do it. I would leave the poor polar bear alone. And he puffed himself as big as he could be and says, well, you don't tell me what to do. And so I figured, I said to him, well, I mean, I tell you what to do, but I've seen you in the gym and you're built like a stud field mouse. Well, this really insulted him because this insulted his humanity, his manhood, and everything else. And everybody thought he was going to hit me, but he wasn't, because essentially he was bragging about something that really had no place in our society these days. I am totally against hunting. I realize there are some times where people can hunt a deer or an animal or something, and they can use it for meat. However, like I expressed before, if you're going to field dress this animal, which is, let's say, a mule deer, which weighs 150, 200 pounds, and you're going to cut it into pieces in the field, and you're going to drag it back to wherever you're taking it to, and you're going to find some sort of place that you're going to have it cut into pieces for you, or cut it into pieces yourself, and you don't know what kind of bugs or maggots or insects or whatever the heck bacteria is in this animal, and yet you're going to brag that you went out, you hunted this great hunter, and you killed this animal. And as far as I'm concerned, it's disgusting. I'm not an advocate of PETA or any anti-hunting organization, but I just look at it objectively and I say, it's not necessary. I understand there's some varmints around, and I understand that you do occasionally have to thin out the herd, but to do something like that to me is not hunting, it's an abomination. And if you want to come to the store and tell me again, go for it. Thank you.